Like geddytrey on stuff, whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Patreon. Gang. I believe this is just a vocal line, right? BTS, 0 o'clock. I was going to say all of the zeros, but we don't need to. 0 o'clock. 0 o'clock. Wow. 0 o'clock. 0 o'clock. We've got Magic Shop live after this, so buckle. Stay buckled.
그런 날이 있잖아 이유 없이 슬픈 날 몸은 무겁고 앞을 본 모두 다 바쁠 꽃이 결해 보이는 날 발걸음이 떨어지질 않아 벌써 늦은 것 같은데 말이야 온 세상이 날 믿네 야 곳곳을 득거리는 과습방지턱 마음은 구겨치고
Nobody say anything. Don't even look at me. Don't even look at me. I know. I already know. Oh, of course he paused it. But do you know why? Do you know why? The syllabic and staccato way, just tick, 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 tick. It's every single beat. It's like it adds a bit of instrumentation. It's like a snare or a little kick just from the voice. Go go do go do. There's so many like ending syllables there. Yeah, there are speed bumps everywhere. That's crazy because even the way that he did that was like there were speed bumps in his speech pattern. I just read My Heart Crumbles and now I'm thinking about apple crumble. Custard, man. I think safe to say I like this one. How sick is that? He sung it like there were speed bumps. That's crazy. And the I can't take another footstep bit. That reminds me of this video that I watched a few days ago of this. I believe he was a Korean guy, like a Korean American, and he was trying to train like David Goggins for 100 days. I think that was the title of the video. I trained like David Goggins for 100 days, something like that. No spoilers, but the guy went through a lot of trials and tribulations. Do you know what I mean? And that's, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's that I can't take another footstep. I feel like I'm already behind. But I watched him push. Do you know what I mean? This, even though this is supposed to be sad. And those sound like much more powerful vocals from V, because I'm very much accustomed, and I think I prefer it. I'm very blown away by the tonality that he just used just there. Can't wait to hear it again. But for me, I like V's deeper tones, you know. Singularity. I like those deeper tones. And the sort of whispering voice that he did. I wanted to pull it back because Jimin said, and I talk less and less, and then in the next bar said less words than he did in the previous one. It's crazy how Jimin was given 4 bars and managed to do something else with them. Do you know what I mean? If you're given a whole song, that would be way more difficult. But as an artist, if you're part of a group and you're only given 4 bars, you can be very, very creative with it because you've only got 4 bars to do that with. Do you know what I mean? So you can afford to lend that much creativity just to 4 bars. Insane. Brilliant. Mm-hmm. That's sick. A different tone now from Jimin. That's pretty cool because 0 o'clock, like 0 is like the end. Do you know what I mean? And it is the end of the day, but 0 from like a countdown, that's the end. But then also 0 could be the beginning. If you're counting down, the last number would be 0. That's nothing. But then if you're counting up, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that you could be going up. Do you know what I mean? So tomorrow is another opportunity. Even though yesterday went negatively and you were counting down to 0, you can start at 0 o'clock and have that be your beginning. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep pushing. Do you know what I mean? Like I was thinking in the beginning with the Korean American who was doing the David Goggins thing, kept it pushing. Do you know what I mean? Couldn't take another step, literally. Kept it pushing, you know? You can look at it, there's 2 different ways to look at it. As with many things, you know, there's the positive way that you can look at it or the negative way that you can look at it. And of course, there's different avenues that you can go down, but ultimately it's either positive or negative, your view of the situation. That's fire. I like that. I like how the 0 o'clock. Because nobody says that, and that's why I thought 0 must be poignant for some reason. There must be a reason. I think that's it. Past echoes. Jim was a good choice there.
Go
Fire.
끝이 나면 새 노래가 시작되리 좀 더 행복하기를 아주 작게 숨을 참고 오늘도 나를 돌아가 And you're gonna be happy And you're gonna be happy Turn around 모든 게 새로운 zero o'clock
Mad. I thought it was going to end sooner than it did. I didn't even see that this was over 4 minutes long, and it didn't feel like that, to be fair. There was a little bit of repetition with the 0 o'clock, but as I say, it was poignant. There was a reason for that. 0. It started out very very sad, very down, very not negative really, but you knew that the song was starting out in a negative place, you know. But then by the end, which is so weird as well, because they started at 0. Oh, well, that's why. Huh. Because they started at 0. They started at that low level, very negative, but it soon picked up. And they changed their entire thought process so that by the end, 0 was a good thing. They wanted to get there because that's a good starting point. You can go up from there. So even though they started at 0, and that was a low, a negative, they ended at 0, and that became a positive. And of course, starting at 0 and ending at 0 o'clock is how a day works. So, whoa. Whoa. Maybe then, and there's another point that I wanted to make as well based on something that was said, but maybe, I forgot the point that I was going to make first now, because I spoke about the point that I was going to make second. Now I'm just thinking about that, so I'll tell you about that. They said the song's going to end soon, and to have hope. So maybe this is from an album, and then the next song in the album is like a happy one, or one, you know, speaking of hope. I don't know. Hope, sweat and tears, maybe. I don't know. Hope butter. We've still got to do butter as well. I was looking at that earlier. There's butter, DNA, Halsey, one that's featuring Halsey. I know it's featuring Halsey because there's Halsey and then Nicki Minaj. There's 2 features that I want to do. I might do those in the same video because they're like female features. So hopefully there's like a conscious reason as to why they used females. Maybe there's a link. I don't know. But yeah, got a lot more coming up. What was the first point I was going to say? About the 0 and 0. Starting at midnight and then ending at midnight. That's how a day works. That's pretty genius. It's another kind of concept one. Kind of similar to Pluto, but this one, I like the sentiment of Pluto. That's nice. But there was nothing kind of stand out in... Like, it was all on the nose. Do you know what I mean? 248 degrees cold. Like, it's too on the nose. Whereas this was very, very well thought out. That was the point I was going to make. Maybe this is based on a story where it only took them a whole day to sort of turn their mind around about a situation. Maybe at the start it was negative, and then within the space of a day, they turned it around, and then that triggered a thought like... I started on 0, and by 0 o'clock, again, but my mind's in a different place. I don't know. Or maybe it's just saying, like, it can take a day. It can be as short as that. All it takes is like a mindset, like a change in your mindset, and it can be as quick as a day, and you're back, you know? Maybe it's saying that. Either way, it's definitely telling you to have hope. If you're going through a negative situation at the minute, you know, have hope. Attack it with a different attitude tomorrow. Start at 0, work your way up. Let's go.